BMW is shaking up the auto industry. CEO Oliver Zipse has just unveiled plans for a revolutionary engine that could flip the electric vehicle EV movement on its head. The bold announcement has sent shockwaves through the EV sector, leaving industry insiders and car enthusiasts wondering, is this the first major challenge to the unstoppable rise of electric cars? But this isn't just about launching a new engine. It's a powerful declaration from BMW, a message that they're not ready to give up on combustion just yet. With a rich legacy of innovation and performance, the German automaker is aiming to rewrite the future of mobility, not by following trends, but by reviving and reimagining the internal combustion engine for a new era. For decades, BMW has set the benchmark in automotive engineering, especially in the world of performance and luxury. Their cars have long delivered an unmatched blend of elegance and excitement behind the wheel. But like many of their rivals, BMW has faced mounting pressure to cut emissions and pivot toward electric drivetrains. That shift toward electrification hasn't been organic. It's been driven by policy, regulation, and environmental urgency. These pressures have pushed even legacy automakers to double down on EVs. BMW responded with electric models like the Polydri i4 and the flagship A9. But even as they expanded their EV lineup, one thing remained clear. The company never seemed fully convinced that internal combustion had reached its end. And they're not alone. Industry giants like Toyota and Mazda have also held back from going all in on electric, continuing to refine IC technology in parallel. But with this latest move, BMW has taken that cautious approach a step further, firing a shot across the bow of the EV narrative. Zipse's announcement isn't just a flex of BMW's engineering muscle. It's a direct challenge to the idea that the future of driving must be fully electric. Details about the engine remain tightly guarded, but early whispers point to radical advancements in efficiency, power delivery, and emissions control, the kind of technology that could push ICE performance into a whole new league. Source within BMW suggests that this engine could be a hybrid of traditional IC and new innovations, possibly integrating aspects of hydrogen fuel cells or advanced turbocharging systems that minimize environmental impact. This is said to offer unprecedented power output and fuel efficiency, potentially outperforming even the most advanced electric motors. Furthermore, BMW claims that this engine could meet or even exceed the stringent emission standards being introduced globally, positioning it as a viable alternative to full electrification. By achieving such a balance, BMW aims to address the primary concerns that have driven the shift to EVs, reducing carbon emissions and increasing fuel efficiency without sacrificing performance or driving pleasure. The announcement of BMW's new engine has been perceived by many as a direct affront to the electric vehicle industry. Over the past decade, EVs have been heralded as the future of transportation, with companies like Tesla leading the charge. Tesla's rise to prominence, driven by its charismatic CEO Elon Musk, has been nothing short of meteoric. The company has set the benchmark for electric vehicles, with models like the Model S, Model 3, and Model Y becoming symbols of a new era of automotive engineering. Tesla is not alone in the AEV space. Established automakers like Ford, General Motors, and Volkswagen have all made significant investments in electric vehicle technology. Ford's Mustang Mach-E and the F-150 Lightning, General Motors' Chevrolet Bolt and Hummer EV, and Volkswagen's ID series have all been well received in the market, signaling a major shift in consumer preferences toward electric mobility. However, BMW's new engine threatens to disrupt this momentum by offering a powertrain that promises to combine the best of both worlds: traditional IC benefits with modern efficiency and emission standards. BMW could sway consumers who are still on the fence about fully transitioning to electric vehicles. There remains a substantial segment of the market that is resistant to EVs due to concerns over range anxiety, charging infrastructure, and the overall driving experience. BMW's new engine could appeal to these consumers, providing them with a compelling alternative that does not require them to compromise on performance or convenience. The introduction of BMW's new engine could have far-reaching implications for the global automotive industry. BMW will need to carefully position this new engine to appeal to a broad audience, emphasizing its environmental credentials, performance capabilities, and the driving experience it offers. Price will also be a critical factor. Electric vehicles have been steadily decreasing in cost as battery technology improves and economies of scale are achieved. To compete effectively, BMW's new engine must not only match EVs in terms of performance and efficiency, but also be priced competitively. If the new engine is seen as a premium option that is out of reach for the average consumer, it may struggle to gain traction in a market that is increasingly price sensitive. Moreover, BMW will need to address the growing infrastructure for electric vehicles. Governments around the world are investing heavily in EV charging networks, and many cities are introducing incentives for electric vehicle owners, such as reduced taxes and access to restricted areas. BMW's new engine, no matter how advanced, could face challenges in markets where EVs are being actively promoted by government policies. The company will need to lobby for favorable regulations or develop its own strategies to ensure that its new engine is not disadvantaged by the policy landscape. One of the most significant aspects of BMW's announcement is its potential impact on the ongoing debate about the environmental sustainability of internal combustion engines versus electric vehicles. The push for electrification has been largely driven by the need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and combat climate change. EVs, which produce no tailpipe emissions, have been seen as a key solution to this problem. However, the environmental benefits of EVs are not without controversy. The production of batteries, particularly the mining of lithium and cobalt, has raised concerns about the environmental and social impacts of the supply chain. Additionally, the carbon footprint of manufacturing EVs can be significant, especially if the electricity used for production and charging comes from non-renewable sources. These factors have led some to question whether EVs are truly the panacea they are often portrayed to be. BMW's new engine, if it can deliver on its promises of low emissions and high efficiency, could reignite the debate over the best path forward for sustainable transportation. If the engine can operate on synthetic fuels or biofuels, which are produced from renewable resources, and can have a neutral carbon footprint, it could offer an alternative route to reducing automotive emissions without the need to transition entirely to electric power. This would be particularly appealing in regions where the electrical grid is still heavily reliant on fossil fuels, making the environmental benefits of EVs less clear-cut. What makes BMW's strategy particularly intriguing is its potential to bridge the gap between traditional car enthusiasts and eco-conscious consumers. While EVs have dominated recent headlines with their futuristic appeal and zero-emission claims, many driving purists still yearn for the visceral experience of a finely tuned combustion engine. The roar of the exhaust, the immediacy of throttle response, and the mechanical connection that electric powertrains often struggle to replicate. BMW's innovation could satisfy both the emotional desires of performance lovers and the practical demands of sustainability. Critics, however, remain skeptical. They argue that no matter how efficient BMW's new engine may be, it still relies on burning fuel, a fundamentally limited technology in an era focused on decarbonization. Proponents of electrification point out that renewable energy sources are expanding globally, making EVs cleaner over time as grids transition away from fossil fuels. In contrast, even the most advanced combustion engines still emit CO2, albeit at reduced levels. The question becomes whether incremental improvements in IC engines are enough, or if the automotive industry needs a complete paradigm shift to meet long-term climate goals. BMW's timing is also noteworthy. The announcement comes as some governments, particularly in Europe, have begun reconsidering strict bans on combustion engines originally slated for the 2030s. This slight regulatory pullback has opened a window for automakers to explore alternative solutions beyond pure electrification. If BMW's engine can deliver on its ambitious promises, it could influence policymakers to adopt a more technology-neutral approach to emissions reduction, one that rewards results rather than mandating specific powertrains. The coming years will be decisive. As BMW prepares to reveal more details about its revolutionary engine, the automotive world will be watching closely. Will this technology mark a renaissance for internal combustion, or will it serve as a transitional solution on the inevitable road to electrification? One thing is certain, BMW has reignited a critical conversation about how we balance performance, passion, and planetary responsibility in the cars of tomorrow. For now, the message from Munich is clear. BMW isn't ready to let the combustion engine fade into history just yet. And if their engineers have truly achieved a breakthrough, the ripple effects could reshape the industry in ways we're only beginning to imagine. What do you think? Can advanced combustion engines coexist with EVs in a sustainable future? Or is this a last stand for outdated technology? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this developing story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what impact will this engine have on the EV industry? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.